Woo! What is good, my ninjas? It is your boy Yinko coming at you with another Marvel Future Revolution video. And today we are going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to this game. So, of course, we got to start off with the fire shit. And that is definitely the story. The story is definitely interesting with incorporating the multiverse, all the different heroes, just a little bit more fleshed out with like the villain, like Thanos, one of the main antagonists in the story, and just his original character, unlike the character in the Marvel movies. Thanos is in love with death, and so that's mainly his whole reason with going around the universe and just essentially doing what he was doing, aside from just being just an absolute badass. But it definitely fleshed out that character. I'm not a supreme comic reader, but I do look at YouTube channels like Variant Comics and Comic Storian. They definitely flesh out a lot of the heroes' backstories as well as the villain backstories and stories of as a whole, like the Justice League and the Avengers and stuff like that. So I definitely have a good idea of just the heroes. Like, I'm not gonna just say like I'm just a Marvel or DC pro or just a huge comic nerd. But I definitely like watching and just learning about just the backstories behind them, the powers and everything. So definitely like how they brought that Thanos in, aside from versus the Thanos from the Marvel movie. Definitely like the multiverse, just with Hank Pym not only being the good guy, but also being the bad guy or one of the villains, as Yellow Jacket, just with the multiverse aspect of it. So it was definitely interesting with the story that they used. I'm not too sure if this is a story that's stemming off of a comic that's already been out, or this was already an existing comic and this is what they wanted to use as the base story for the game. But I definitely like it. It's definitely something interesting and definitely got a lot of flavor to it. So I definitely am fucking with it. Just the graphics. The graphics are just absolutely gorgeous. Uh, just with the cutscenes and even just with the gameplay, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Um, I don't really have any gripes about it, just because it just looks phenomenal, especially for a mobile game. It looks really, really good. And the only reason you're getting all of this from me is just because the game's been out for 2 weeks. So I figured I'll give you my honest thoughts after 2 weeks of just really grinding this game. So uh, the customization aspect of it is definitely fire. I definitely like just the simple fact, my voice just cracked. I definitely like the simple fact that you can just mix and match a lot of the armors, kind of make your own hero version, multiverse version of whatever hero that you're going with, whether it's Storm, Star-Lord, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Black Widow, Spidey. It's very oh, Captain Marvel, almost forgot about her. But it's definitely nice just being able to mix and match and make your character look a lot different from just the other 5-6 thousand Spider-Man or Captain Marvels or whatever the case is. So it's definitely nice, just having that customization aspect and definitely putting your flavor on the hero that you're using. Uh, Definitely like that the story gives you the greatest amount of XP. Definitely like that. Uh, it was nice that they were generous with the XP, so it was just easy, just being able to just level up just quick. You could just roll through it, and just it didn't. I mean, of course, like depending on where you were at, or depending, let me not say, depending on the character and just how well you were able to use the character, you know, you can still get past harder content even at a lower level, but you still, you know, you can still just keep moving forward even after, you know, even just with the huge gap in power, whenever you do go into the next piece of content in the story. So now we're going to move into the bad. We did the good, now we're going to move into the bad. So the bad is, oh man, the bad is that you know, after the story, there just really isn't any, there really isn't any end game. I mean, like you have the blitz, the, you have the battle challenges, you have the Omega War, the Dimension Duels. I mean, you have all of that, but I mean, all of that stuff is just merely just grindy, you know, grindy, busy shit, you know, that you do daily. You know, the wanteds are cool, but, you know, there's not too much else after you've kind of just steamrolled through the story, which is a bummer. Even just with the side quests, you know, you could waste some time doing side quests, but even after a certain extent, uh, the side quests stop. Even with the random side quest, that stops as well. So I want to say like the end game content is just kind of just not there. It's just a lot of grindy bullshit, and wish they would have came up with something just a little bit more substantial versus just continuously grinding out, uh, you know, blitzes and shit like that. It definitely could have came a little bit harder, uh, just just with the end game. Even just with the dark zone, that's still grindy bullshit. And you actually have to run with a group in order to be able to do that. So, and you can match up with people like in blitzes and things like that, but as far as just, unless you're in a really active alliance, you know, you're usually just doing a lot of solo shit, like a lot of solo shit. So we're gonna get into the ugly, and I'm probably gonna be on a tangent. I'm literally grabbing my soapbox, I'm slamming it down, and I'm about to stand on that motherfucker. Because this is probably just the one aspect that I think makes the game. You know, that's the ugly in this game, and that is the pay to win aspect. Now, there's a lot of games where, you know, it's kind of a pay to win type deal, but it's nothing as bad as this game. Like I've played Seven Deadly Sins. I've played Bleach, and still play Bleach. Still played Seven Deadly Sins. Dragon Ball, Dokkan Battle, Dragon Ball Legends. I play all of these mobile games, so it's not like I've stopped playing these mobile games. I've just kind of just been grinding this one just the hardest out of all of them. But the pay to win aspect of this game is absolutely staggering. Now, with the recent patch and update on the game, they have made it, they slightly tilted it towards the free to play, given you know, just giving out the tickets, the summons tickets, to be able to summon, as well as giving you a lot of opportunity to be able to get 4 star four is it, I want to say it's either a 4 star regional. Yeah, it's a 4 star regional box with the events that they put out, but it's a lot of grinding shit. You know, it's grindy bullshit. Again, you know, win 25 dimension duels, win 50 dimension duels, win 75 dimension duels. Uh, you know, kill X amount of people in a mega war. You know, win X amount of matches in a mega war. It's just a lot of grindy shit. A lot of grindy shit. I would have rather them like try to do Like if you go and like maybe like I'd even say along the lines of like the I'm about to say the power glove like a fucking noob. Um, but the gems, I'm having a brain fart. But the gems, if you hit a gem in like certain blitzes, or certain raids, to where you had to, collect all of them in order to make in order to, the power ring, like the power glove. I don't know why I'm having such a brain fart, but if you collect all of them, and like let's just say like the animation is just Thanos just snapping his finger, I'd say probably even make it to where like you have an opportunity to be able to get a 4-star or a 5-star region box, or uh just shit that's worth it, like 1,000 gems, it's, you know if you want to try to like summon, and just constantly make that, I don't want to say a daily thing, but maybe a weekly thing, to where like, you know you have to collect these throughout, throughout the week. You get it, you get your one free summon, boom, and you have the opportunity to get that. You have the opportunity to get these set amount of rewards, and it's not like bullshit to where you get like, you know, uh, a 1-star core or some bullshit like that. Like you get actual good shit. Like if they would have made it more pleasing in that aspect, it wouldn't be bad to grind, to essentially grind, and not even make the gems uh grindy in that aspect of like there's the chance of the gem dropping by killing this boss. Like no, like you go, you play this content, you beat the boss, or you do whatever you need to do, and you get that gem. Boom, there's one gem. If you play X amount of Omega Wars, or if you play X amount of Dimension Duels, or you do X amount of raids, you have the you can get said gem. Like if you just make it a little bit more pleasing for the person to be able to grind it, versus uh just stupid grindy events like this. I mean, it would be, I think, if anything, it would make people, or the free to play people, grind a lot harder or play a lot more, to where, you know what I'm saying, like it's just not seeming like, like yeah, we have like a, we have like a system to where like you could be able to, get it. Like no, like you have the opportunity to get these things. All you have to do is just fucking play. You have the opportunity, like instead of like the 1 to 3-star fucking costume boxes or whatever, that still gives you one, or if you're lucky, 2-star shit. Doesn't even give you 3 stars. Doesn't even give you 3 stars. Don't even think about 3-star. Like you'd have to be insanely lucky to get a 3-star out of those boxes. But if they would have just used the aspect like that, it just make the game a lot better, a lot more fun. Almost make you want to just play with people, just to be like, hey, look, like let's all like fucking get on, let's grind together, and let's get these gems so we can be able to get our one fucking free summon, or our one fucking free wish, or whatever the case is. Um, Also, uh, still going on the pay to win aspect, like just playing Dimension Duels, and y'all seen me posting Dimension Duels. It's just fuck, man. Like if you not dropping hundreds to thousands of dollars in this game to get the good shit, I mean, you're just not going to be able to compete. Like you saw with that Doctor Strange. That Doctor Strange absolutely wiped the floor with me, and I was barely doing anything to it. I was barely doing any damage during Dimension Duel. During Dimension Duels, and don't even get me talking about fucking Omega War. I haven't even done Dark Zone. Like I tried running Dark Zone 3 times solo, and that's impossible to do by yourself, unless unless you just got an insane amount of power level to where you could be able to just do decent enough damage against those guys. But then you just gonna run into the random players that can also snipe the shit from you. So just the paywall, I would say just the play to win aspect is probably the ugliest portion about this beautiful, beautiful, well done game. Like, are some aspects lacking, like content, a little bit more of a drawn out story, uh, as well as just being more free to play friendly. Yeah, but I mean, just that paywall, man. That paywall is just something dirty. And for somebody like me who likes playing Dimension Duels, because I really do like playing Dimension Duels, like it's almost impossible because I'm going to be, the higher I go, the less likely it is that I'm going to be able to win unless I myself whale out. And that shouldn't be a thing. Like, it shouldn't be battle of the wills. It just should be battle of, like, just how good your fucking gear is. Like, like if you built, if you made a build, if you made something that is good, that is competable in Dimension Duels or Mega Wars, then that should be what it is, not because you paid for said costume, or just you poured X amount of money into into summoning to get these items. Like, don't get me wrong, Rise of the East looks fucking badass, and so does the Savage Shadowlands. That looks fucking badass. Fuck, the Xanderth looks fucking disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. But when you just get down to it, I mean, it's all aesthetically pleasing, and there's always going to be like something that's better or that caters to what you really want. Like, not everything is going to cater to what you want. So, uh, I guess that's just going to be my thoughts on, just the ugly aspect of, of this game. It's just the play to win. And I have to say that's probably the only ugly aspect to this game. Because everything else, I mean, like, there's bad shit. Like with anything, there's bad shit, but there's also the good, the positives in the game that are really, really good. I just wish that the end game was just a little bit more innovative as far as, just not supremely grindy shit that, essentially. And oh, that's another thing is the RNG. The RNG in this game is absolutely fucking atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Like, I should be rewarded if I'm playing the highest tier in the Blitz. If I'm playing like, if I'm at the last one with the Hulk, with the Maestro, excuse me, with Maestro, and we're running it, and I do the highest amount of damage out of everybody, I'm number one. I should be getting compensated for being number one. Like, I deserve to have a good shit. I got 3 star. I continuously get 3 stars. Continually get 3-star badges. When I am dealing out the most damage, I am the highest. When people under me are getting 4 and 5 stars. Hell, maybe even 6 stars. Just because, like, for some fucking reason, they just have godlike RNG. That should not be the case. Like, I'm not saying that the people that's lower should not get anything, but they damn sure shouldn't be getting no fucking. They shouldn't be getting no 6 stars over. I basically fucking carried them. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's not fair. That's not fair. So, because the badge system is garbage. The summoning system is absolutely garbage. The rates for that is just fucking atrocious. Like, they said increase rate up my ass. And I want to say Darth microtransactions. He spent like 3K on fucking trying to get Rise of the East pieces. So that tells you right then and there, like, like even with him wailing out on the fucking game, you're still not guaranteed, but you can still get some decent shit. Uh, but yeah, the RNG system, just with everything, needs to get ramped up. If anything, that like this event, they need to pump up the fucking scaling for the RNG, pump that bitch up to at least about 200%. I say 200%. Because 0.00062 is just not enough. It's not enough, especially if you want people to. I'm not saying like don't just make it easy, but at the same time, like, you know, like fuck, man, like at least compensate people for putting time into the build that they got and shit like that. To where they can fucking put up those numbers. It's just absolutely ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. Like for that shit to be happening, like that should not be a thing. That shouldn't. But I don't know. Put your thoughts down in the comments. Like if you've gotten this far in the video, and I'm sorry that it basically just sounds like me giving my opinion, but that's what it is. But I'll put it down in the comment section below what you think. Like what did you think about my opinions? Did you agree with it? Did you disagree with it? What did you think about like the event of the stones, gathering the stones to get something decent? Just let me know what you think in the comment section below. But bust bust them cheeks, slap those cheeks on the like button, slap the cheeks of the like button, clap the cheeks of the subscribe button if you want more useless content from your boy Yinko. And as always, peace out, my ninjas.